Hello. And we are back. There definitely wasn't any mishaps where I started a stream a minute ago and never set up the board correctly. Nothing like that. Anyways, been doing this for 6 rounds, so we're just gonna blitz through this pretty quickly. Special Pariah, level 4, 9 movement, 20 toughness, 3 evasion tokens, 1 luck token, and then his basic stats are increased by 2 speed and 3 damage per hit. Cards, we've got the standard slew of Pariah traits, Cyclopean Cruelty, Jagged Grotto, Inverted, Somatic Empathy, standard Pariah stuff. We've got Spawn on Hive Mind, giving me extra spiralings every turn, Gorm Yard and Gorm Den, doubling the cost of Surge, and Dash. And then Frantic Spinning just prevents me from spending movement while adjacent to a spiraling. Grids are all the same, except Devereaux, who had one of the arrows replaced with a Dragonbite Bolt. While I was talking through it, I realized maybe this won't actually see any more use than the other arrow that it replaced, but it's there in case. So yeah. We are working off of the same deck that we used last time. This was created in round 4 and was used in round 5, and we'll use it again here. So what that means is, that's a card I had out while I was testing things. What that means is we know we have Fellow Traveler and Cognitive Perdition as our legendaries. And we also have the one Somatic Empathy that prevents usage of ranged or reach weapons. Now, Devereaux is one of my ranged weapon users. He has Quadradept, which comes with being able to ignore Somatic Empathy, so that should be okay. However, my spear user, Lortel, is still vulnerable to that. So, yeah, we'll go through and hope Lortel doesn't get hit by that, and hope we can just get through wounding Fellow Traveler without it applying to anyone, and so on and so forth. So yeah, we're going to start with Pariah. First action, long reach yank. We were just talking about that. So I moved some stuff around. Look at that. You can read the cards now. I think this is going to come at the cost of me not being able to do certain other things, but... Oh, my camera turns sideways? Come on. Is that going to break it? I don't know. I guess it'll be fine. I am streaming with my phone as one of my camera inputs, and it's being a little bit finicky. Oh no, come on. Let me just... one moment. Ceiling board, and now I've lost the camera. The other camera. Why are you doing this? Okay, well, we shall... Oh. Because I'm on the wrong screen, that's why. There we go. Alright, we'll just proceed with this. We're going to have the vertical board orientation. You just have to deal with the black lines. Long reach yank. We are looking at closest survivor facing in range, which is Lortel in the blue. Hopefully those colors are readable on the little rings around the survivors. So this is move into range and attack at a reach of 4. So... yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. He's going to displace the Spiderlings and the Forge Priest. So from here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Oh man. Okay. So at a range of 4, this will have 4 speed, and accuracy of, against Lortella, it's going to be 8 because she has 4 evasion, or 8. Accuracy of 7 because she has 4 evasion, and it's going to be 5 damage per hit. Alright, so with an accuracy of 7, we have 1 hit. Oh, my dice is a little bit off screen. There we go. So there are 3 misses, one of which is a 2, so I will gain armor off of that. With the... Let's roll Bikini first against the 9. So I'm just retaining these dice. I've got a 3 and a 5 and a 9, so I need a 7 or above to ignore the 9. That is a successful Bikini roll. So I'm going to roll against the 3 with the Holy Sword Whip. So if I get a 4 or higher, that means I get an additional armor. 7. Oh, my phone turned off. Does that cause issues for... Yes, it does. That one's a quick fix. Share screen. Go back to there. I am now sharing screen. Good start, yeah. I hope it continues. Oh, wrong person. Lortel is going to gain 2 armor, 1 from the 2 and the second one from rolling well with the Holy Sword Whip against a 3. So, that's his first attack addressed. Back to the scene. So, Long Reach Yank is now done. We are doing the second attack, which is Heel Kick, which targets the furthest threat in range, which will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, it's certainly in range. That's going to be Yannicka in the red at the back. This will, however, I'm going to have to dash a few people to get them out of the way, though. Place the monster adjacent to the target on... Oh, no, this is a place. I probably still want to dash. Okay, so what happens here is... The knockback is not super problematic, but the bash is. So I think ideally I want to dash with everyone, which is annoying, but okay. So Lortel is spending 2 survival, and she is going to move closer to the enemy. To the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. Can I move 1, 2, 3, 4? So if she's here, I can do silly things with the Spiderlings to cancel Forge Priest. Okay, and then next is Sung will have to dash. So he'll go down from 7 to 5. Who will 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Back to that corner, so he's not targeted by purple. And then I'm going to spend 2 survival on Devro to dash him as well. his case, he has 7 movement, so I can really get him going somewhere, but I think 1, 2, 3, that should be sufficient, and that should get him out of range. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, okay. So, I think that placement should have sufficient spacing for Pariah to not be placed upon any other survivors. So we now proceed with what Pariah does. It's my choice, so I'm going to put him over there. Actually, hang on 1 second. Does this apply any bleed? It does not. I am going to place him. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. We're gonna place him here because, here. It's not gonna be in range of Lortel. Is there a way I can? No, sorry. We're gonna go back to where he was. What I was thinking was, with her reach, even though she can't move, she could, if no one gets bleed, she could kill Spiderling and then wound him to get 1 accuracy hamper. But there's no way to get Pariah in range of that. So we're going back to the original placement. So from here, heel kick. The attack profile is 4 speed. Accuracy is, Yenica has 0 accuracy because, or 0 evasion because the Hollow's Light. Hollow's Light gives 0. So 4 speed hits on a 3. 5 damage per hit. So they're all hits. Okay. So now we are going to Yenica, who is red. Excuse me, start a turn with the blood skin. She removes a bleed. Let's roll hit locations. Three to the torso and 1 to the foot. That is not looking great. So the 5 damage to feet, I can take that. 5 damage to torso will be a heavy injury. I can ignore 1 severe injury, and I can dodge 1. So I'll dodge 1 of the torsos. We shall take 5 damage to the feet. We shall take a heavy injury to the body, and then that second body hit will be a severe injury, which I can ignore with Hollow's Light. However, I still have to roll bash for knockdown on the heavy injury. So, Scramble to Survive at a +2 for Free Climber Fighting Art is a 7. That is a 9 with a modifier, so that brings us to 8 insanity. That said, there's an after effect. We shall gain somatic static and suffer the concussion severe head injury. Concussion. Gain a random disorder, gain 1 bleeding token. Okay. So we gain a bleed. This means Lortel is now frenzied. She can no longer spend survival. But we do have Red Fist for her to spend strength tokens. Okay. So, random disorder. What do I get? Full table, there we go. Anxiety. At the start of the showdown, gain priority target token unless you have stinky gear in your grid. Fortunately, we are past the start of the showdown, so I don't believe that impacts me. That is a severe injury. The concussion is a severe head injury, so I do gain the priority target on Yenica, and I will absolutely abuse that to take a free turn on Forge Priest. Pariah has done his 2 actions. Now we go back to the ceiling board. So we now have minions taking their movements. We're going to start with the spiderlings that definitely aren't doing anything. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So they will just move closer to Pariah. After that, because we have player choice. Oh, actually, you know what? Priority target. Priority target means I have to choose a target before anything else. So we're gonna start with the Forge Priest actually. So we're gonna choose this yellow one back here, or we're gonna choose teal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Attempting to approach, targeting and attempting to approach Yannicka, but being way too far away to do anything about it. So now we do these. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We are going to abuse player choice to move these spiderlings first. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. That means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Shit. I keep forgetting these pitons aren't monster impassable. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Well, we'll finish the spiderlings. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This one's definitely not targeting a survivor. So we have him remove our first piton of the game. That leaves purple and white with action still remaining, and we have 2 spiderlings that are attacking. We're going to start with that first. So spiderlings are 3 speed, hit on or they have 4 base accuracy, but Lortel has 4 evasion, so we hit on 8s. That's a 10. However, the 1 and 2 both give armor, so we're going to roll Bikini against a 10. I need a 7 or higher. That succeeds. So we ignore that, and we gain 2 armor on Lortel. Now we do the second spiderling. Hits on 8s, so that 8 succeeds. Those 2 5s do not. We're going to roll Bikini against the 8. Again, 7 or higher. That succeeds. So there are no successful hits, but I have a 5 I can roll the Holy Sword Whip against. That did not that did not succeed. I needed a 6 or higher. So spiderlings are done, and then we have ceiling board. We have the White Forge Priest that will move to 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it will be able to attack from that piton. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Purple is going to target Lortel, but is not going to be able to get in range. We'll deal with his movement in a moment. So, fortunately now, Lortel has enough armor from all those spiderlings that she can survive a hit or 2 of this. So, Forge Priests are 4 speed, base accuracy of 2, so that's going to become 6. So 6 hits on a 6. That's 1 hit. So, 2 armor with the 1 and the 2. We're going to roll Bikini against the 8. That is greater than a 7, so I have succeeded in ignoring all the hits. I'm going to roll against the 4 that we had previously with the whip, so I need a 5 or greater. That didn't succeed. So I get 2 armor, and I have no hits. Very strong start. Ceiling board. Purple is going to move to try and get into range, but ultimately is going to fall short because all valid spots are taken up by spiderlings. So now it's player turn. First thing I'm going to do, we're going to start with Lortel, just because there's not much she can do. She's just going to smack that spiderling right there. Or, should I maybe not? And no, let's get our spear charged up. She's gonna smack a spiderling. So, oops, wrong screen. Lortel has, she is frenzied now, so she can ignore the effects of. Wait, I don't need to be here. I don't have hit locations on minions. So, she has 2 speed now from Frenzy, so she ignores slow on the Poison Partisan. We are at hitting on a 4, so 3 speed hits on a 4. That is 2 hits. Now, she has 9 plus 5, brings her to 14 strength. Spiderlings match the strength of the, or not the strength, the toughness of the monster, so I require a 6 to wound. That is a 9. So I have succeeded in killing my first spiderling. Additionally, Lortel's spear is now charged up. Okay, she can't spend movement because she's adjacent to the other spiderling, so we're just going to end her turn for now. Mark her done. Okay, next in line, I think we should probably go with Devereaux. He is going to utilize the Beast Hunter. Oh, he dashed. So I'm going to have to... no, so I still have base movement and dash. So he has 9 range, so he... with him over here and Pry right over there, that's certainly within range. But he's going to... Oops. Let's start there. He's going to utilize the Beast Hunter armor. Fainting Shot to spend both action and movement to move 3 spaces away, so I'll do that first. Move 1, 2, 3 spaces away. And he can activate a bow or arrow in the grid with +3 accuracy and +3 range. So what I'm going to do is activate the Clawhead arrow with +3 accuracy. Our goal here is to hopefully just get a hit on Pariah so that I can hit him with that extra evasion token. Just helps reduce how much missing I do against him. So, the +3 accuracy from the Beast Hunter Fainting Shot effect will negate his 3 evasion. And then the 2 base accuracy I have brings me down to a 4 on hit. So, this is slow, so I only have 1 chance at this, but we shall try. A 6 is greater than a 4, so I succeed. That is going to be 1 hit. However, I apply a -1 evasion token on him. Okay. Now, for the actual attack itself. Lingering Digits. This is a failure reaction. I have 6 strength from the Clawhead arrow, and I have 4 strength from my stats. So that brings me to a base of 10. So I wound on a 10, however, I also crit on a 10. He has a luck token, so my base luck balances out with that to bring me back to critting on a 10. So, the good news is, Glimpse doesn't affect me because Quadradept. But anyways, I need a 10. It's not a 10. That's okay. So Glimpse is going to be... Reveals top 4 cards of the AI deck, gain 1 understanding. So I'm going to gain 1 understanding. 1 understanding. And then I reveal the top 4 cards. We're just going to go through the motions here. Whirlwind Pursuit. Fun one. Sadistic Break. Reciprocal Rage. That would have been Frenzy. Maniacal Laughter, Brain Trauma. Those would not have been too terrible to have suffered, actually. But I like being able to surge and dash on this character. Okay, so that is Devereaux's action and movement. However, we still have a surge that I can use, so I'm going to surge, spend 2 more survival, go back to this screen. With surge, we want to start slinging arrows and weakening some of these forge priests. I'll just flip over this clawhead arrow so I remember I used it. Okay. So, this is going to be 2 speed. I'm going to be using the dense bone arrows. Wrath, come and do your thing? Yeah. Hope so. 2 accuracy brings dense bone arrows to hitting on a 3 against the forge priests. I'm going to be targeting the white forge priest. That is 2 hits. So now, 6 plus 4 brings me to 10 as base strength. I'm rolling sharp first. Is a 5, so that means I need a 2 to wound because forge priests only have 16 toughness. That is 1 wound. So white is down to 5. Oh, Teal's dice is not visible. There we go. Alright, second wound attempt. This is for sharp. It's a 9, so I just need a 2. That is a 4. So we have applied 2 wounds to the white forge priest, bringing him down to 4 health. And that is all of the actions that Devereaux can do. Next, we have Sung and Yenica. So, I think... Wait a minute. We're going to do this after the fact, but fortunately, because Devereaux is a ranged attacker, the consequences of this aren't too significant. After the first attack with the fainting shot, he would have been slung back to a nearby piton, because I didn't spend the extra survival to stay in place. But that's okay, because being ranged means I'm still able to attack at range. So we're okay. But I'm just making a note of that. Next, we're going to have Yenica here try and smack Pariah in the face with Wrath. So, she does not have to move because she is already adjacent to Pariah. We have 1 speed, and Wrath hits on a 5 against his net 2 evasion, brings it to a 7, which is not great, but we'll see what we get. We miss. Okay. How much we show? Try once more. I spend 2 survival to surge. Hits on a 7. No. That is a 3. Okay, we're going to end her turn there. I don't believe there's any need for her to move. Or, is there a need for her to move? It's probably not a bad idea, too. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're just going to have her move away. And that is the end of her turn. That leaves Sung. He is already in the blind spot of Pariah. So he's going to start swinging with his gust blades from there. So we're looking at a baseline of 3 plus 3 plus 2. We're looking at a baseline of 8 speed. Wait a minute. Yeah, it's only 8 speed. Bone Earring is given additional 2. With the count set. So, 8 speed. However, being in the blind spot gives me some bonuses here. Because I have Backstabber as well as Secretive. So, if you attack a monster with a dagger from its blind spot, if you have Secretive, increase the range of your perfect hits by 1. So, my perfect hit range is currently at a 9, but the Dark ability gives me a perfect hit range of 8 or higher on the first hit. So we're going to start with that. So we're going to roll one separately and see if we hit on an 8. That's a perfect hit. So that's one hit. And then I roll the remainder of the 7 dice, and I perfect hit on a 9. However, I normal hit on an 8. Actually, does it even matter if I perfect hit after the first one? No, I don't think so. Yeah, there's no benefits for perfect hitting after the first one. Okay, so that's a miss, 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 and we've got one additional hit, which is perfect, but that doesn't matter. So the significance of the perfect hit is that the first wound attempt, my first wound attempt in the attack gains devastating 1. So, one of my options is parry and super dense, and the other is a wound reaction. So, we're gonna go for the one that doesn't require me to crit. Bloodstained Blindfold. If I wound, roll 1d10 if the result is less than your understand and gain -1 accuracy token. Okay, good to know. So, we have, what are our stats? The Gust Knives have a base of 7 strength. We have 8 strength from base stats and tokens, and then I've got an additional 2 strength from the Bone Tooth Necklace. So, that brings me to a base of 17. So I only really need a 3 to wound. That is a 5, so I will wound, and with devastating, that's 2. So, before we apply reaction, we shall see what we reveal, and oh boy. Well, there's Cognitive Perdition, and I don't have a Somatic Static token on this character yet. So, if I steal speed first, I gain a -1 speed token. That's an easy one. Cognitive Perdition. Suffer 4 random brain traumas, subtracting my understanding from each roll result. Where is... There it is. Brain trauma. So that was the top of the 2 cards. So if I just didn't wound for another turn, I could have had that play normally and just had it in the discard for a little bit. That's a little unfortunate. Speaking of which, are we on turn 3 already? How do I have 6 cards out? Am I losing it? Okay. Anyways, brain traumas. At -3 understanding each, you discard... Oh, that would do it. That makes a lot more sense. I was like, there's no way we're on round 3 already. Yeah. That's a 3. Okay, so first roll is already going to be fatal. We're going to have a lifetime reroll here. This is still the first brain trauma. It's a 5, -3 is still fatal. Mortal Terror. No ifs, ands, or buts. The survivor is dead. Once again, we are losing our... Devil's Melody survivor very early on. But he has applied 2 wounds at least. This is archived, not put into the wound stack. So, the good news is, if someone rolls a trap, I can't get another Cognitive Perdition. The bad news is, I can't apply Devil's Melody now. Okay. Wound effect, doesn't matter. It would have given him a -1 accuracy token, but he's just dead. That was the end of his turn, so we are back to the top. Yeah, it's still unfortunate. Network error. Is my stream down? I don't know if it's down or not. Well, continuing. It is now Pariah's turn again. Good on my end? That's good to hear. Thank you for the confirmation. Okay, so now Pariah will take his turn. Somatic replication. Survivor with the highest understanding. I think that's Devro because he gained an understanding from the one reaction. So we're gonna move Pariah into range and attack. This is a range of 4. So 1, 2, 3. That'll be 4 away. So right next to Lortel. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So what is he doing here? He's going to be attacking at 4 speed with an accuracy of 4. And then after damage, if any survivors within 3 spaces of the target have negative attribute tokens, the target gains one of those tokens. Fortunately, there are no negative tokens on anyone else. So the after effect does not matter. 4 speed, hits on a 4. Is my dice on this? Yeah, it's on screen. Okay, they're all hits. The great news is, let me see, how does Phoenix Placard work? Ignore the first hit each round, so that's once per round. So, Devro is going to take 1 brain damage and ignore the first hit with Phoenix Placard, so that's removing 1. We are then going to probably dodge 2 because I think the next attack will probably not be attacking him. So with extra sense, we'll dodge 2 of them. Oh, actually, excuse me, we're supposed to roll. We're supposed to roll hit locations first. We'll take the one going to the waist, and then we'll dodge the other 2. So this is going to be baseline of 5 damage, but it's reduced to 4 because of the Spediculag recipe. Yeah, roll hit location first. This is the one I'm guilty of the most. I always forget, and it's like, it's better for me if I roll the hit location. I'm only hurting myself. Somatic replication is done. Next attack is Prehensile Kick. Closest threat facing. Darn, Devro is going to get hit again. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that is Devro. Lortel is, unfortunately, the one I would have liked to have hit with this, but she's not in facing. She's only in line of sight. This is 1, 2, 3. Oh, why is my tablet not cooperating with me? Come on. Alright, so this is going to be a 4-speed attack against Devro. And 4-speed attack against Devro. There is a grab on After Effect. Yeah, this is the one I really would have liked to have dodged. Okay, hits on a 4. That is 1 miss and 3 hits. So I have no more dodges left for this, so I'm just going to have to take this to the face. That's 4 damage each hit. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Torso is going down to a 7, and waist is going down to a 3. Fortunately, Devro has the armor to sustain a hit like that, but what is less fortunate is now I have to deal with Scramble because of grab. Oh, man, is that... No, it's off screen. I rolled an 8. But we can't accept that. I'll take a 7, though. The extra armor would have been nice. Bummer. Not armor, survival. Anyways, that is Pariah's turn done. He has done his second attack. We are now moving on to minions, which, I forgot to apply start of turn effect. Yenica loses 1 bleed for the Bloodskin, and we spawn an additional Spiderling. I'm going to do that on the far side. Okay, so, targeting. No one has suffered severe injuries. There should not be any priority targets on the board. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, Teal is going to be targeting a survivor. These two are definitely targeting survivors. This one is definitely not, so we're starting with him. He's going to remove our second Piton. Then we do the Spiderlings that don't do anything. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I know ideal movement, it would have just walked over the Piton, but the magnets on the Spiderlings are not that strong, so I don't know if it'll stick. And these guys are kind of fragile, so I don't want them to fall. The Forge Priest can fall if all I care. Spiderlings. 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, I'm going to say this Spiderling spawned over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Damn it, it doesn't make a difference. Do I want her getting hit by an extra Spiderling? It probably wouldn't be a bad idea. But I could just, yeah, we'll just keep it over here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, that's his movement. 1, 2, 3, 4. This one's not going to move. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, wait a minute, no. Sorry, we're doing a little bit of whoopsie-whoopsie. We're going to say this one is the new one that spawned this turn, and it spawned here. So 1, 2, 3. It blocks off that spot. Mr. Purple over here is going to be moving across there. This guy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I guess. 1, 2. So all movements have been taken. We're going to have to be rolling for 2 Spiderlings and 2 Forge Priests. The order of the movement didn't matter too much to me because, yeah, the Forge Priests have knockback, but the knockback is going to be a collision into the Spiderling. So it's not like I'm going anywhere. Is it closest to a survivor? Oh, as close to the nearest survivor as possible. Okay, so then the placement... Is it on screen in any of the scenes? No, not really. Yeah, so the placement I just did is correct. Oopsies. I haven't been doing that correctly. Okay. Thanks for pointing that out, though. Yeah, I did it right here. Last round, I was always spawning them on the far side of the nest just to get them to give me a free turn. So, that's where the oopsie comes from. So, Lortel is getting swung at by 4 enemies, 2 of which are Forge Priests. So we're going to start with the Spiderlings because I want some armor. 3 speed hits on an 8. That is 1 hit and no armor. So we're going to roll Bikini first against an 8. That is unsuccessful. We're going to roll Whip against an 8, so I need a 9 or greater. That is unsuccessful, so I take the hit. 2 damage to the hands. Next is the second Spiderling. Again, hits on an 8, 3 speed. There are no hits, but I'm going to roll against the 3 with the Holy Sword Whip. That is successful. That's going to be an armor. And now we do the Scary Boys. 4 speed, hits on a 6. That's actually pretty good. Wow. So, we're gonna roll Bikini on the 10. So I need 7 or higher. Nope. And then I'm gonna roll Holy Sword Whip on the 4 because I cannot exceed a 10. No. Okay, so that's 2 armor, and I take 1 hit. I'm gonna actually dodge that. Where would it have gone? Waste? We'll still dodge. So we gain 2 armor. No, I can't dodge. I've got strength tokens. I can dodge. So we dodge with a strength token. Using Red Fist. And then we have one more Forge Priest. So this hits on a 6. Excellent. All misses. We get 1 armor. And I'm going to roll against the 4 with the Holy Sword Whip to see if I gain another armor. I do. Okay, very good. So, all the minions have gone. Mage's Hood is first time each round. Huh? The first time you are attacked each round. Oh. So it wouldn't be on the second. I am giving myself a lot of armor that I shouldn't have. Well, that's also a good thing to point out. That was... I don't know how much armor... I removed the 2 that I got just now. And I got 1 for the other Forge Priest. I don't remember how many I got off the Spiderlings, so... I can only reduce by 3. Sorry to burst the armor bubble. Yeah. That's okay. We still got this, even without the armor stacking. I believe. Now we're on player turn. So, what do we want to do? Lortel cannot move anywhere. Yeah, let's start with Lortel. Wrath is going to hit this turn. I sure hope so. She is surrounded, and even if she wasn't surrounded, she can't go anywhere because these Forge Priests, or sorry, the Spiderlings are adjacent to her. So what we're going to do is, because we have the Partisan, I'm going to slap one of the Forge Priests with them just to get them to lose a lot of their accuracy. So, the white one's already wounded, so we don't want to hit that one. We want to hit one of the fresh ones. We'll hit purple. So, Lortel has a charged up poison partisan. She has frenzied once, bringing her to a total speed of 3. So, with 3 speed and 2 accuracy, the Forge Priests do not have any evasion modifiers, so this will hit on a 4. So, I got 2 hits. Would have been nicer if it was 3, but I'll take what we can get. That is going to apply 2 evasion down on our purple. We said purple. On our purple Forge Priest. And that expends the charge I had on the Poison Partisan. Oh, that also does, no, we have to roll to wound now. So, 2 hits. We have 9 plus 4 is 13. 13 to 16 is 3. So I need to roll 3s to hit. Or to wound, sorry. That is 10. So that's 1 wound. That is another 10. So I got 2 wounds. And hopefully I haven't expended the 10s that are going to come out on the Wrath, right? Okay, Sealing Board. That is Lortel's turn. Next. Do I have the distance? 1, 2, 3, 4. I can get into range of Pariah's Blind Spot. Let me move this out of the way. Oh boy. No one saw that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Where was stuff? Yeah, I believe that is correct. No one saw anything. Anyways, Yannicka is now in the blind spot. Camera's frozen. Is it really? Oh, I guess I'm on the wrong screen, so. Yeah, I'm streaming off my phone, but my phone's been a little spotty because Califax was asking for, or my old phone. Califax was asking for cars to be actually visible, so These are the compromises I've got to make until I shell out a bunch of money for more cameras. Okay, going back to... Who's attacking? Yenica. So, we have 1 speed, and from the blind spot, we have, against a net 2 evasion, we're going to hit on a 6. So, a 6 here. That's a 4. Okay. And that's going to swing me back. Do I want to spend 3 survival to stay in place and attack again? If not now, then when? 1, 2, 3. I have spent 3 survival to stay in place and surge. So we're going to roll again, and I hit on a 6. That is a 6. And look at that! I got a hit location that I can't crit on. My tablet turned off, but there we go. Can spend your strength token too, not like she needs it. With Wrath, yeah. Well, the reaction would be... Oh. It smashes a Piton. Oh, that's annoying. Okay. So, I am rolling... Wrath has 13 strength, plus 2 brings me to 15, so I need a 5 to wound. I don't even get the wound. This Wrath is cursed. Alright, so both of my Pitons that have survivors on it have equal amounts, so I believe it's player choice on which one it goes to. So, Pariah is going to skitter over to... I think I want him to skitter over to Devro's. Over here and destroy that. Yenica gets slid over there. Devro is going to have to roll scramble, but otherwise is probably moving over here. So, I have to roll scramble. Oh man, really? We're gonna have to spend lifetime on that. Nine. I gain 1 survival for that at the cost of my lifetime reroll. Fun. Okay. So, that still leaves Devro with his turn left. He is going to... Let's start taking out some Forge Priests. Against the Forge Priests right next to him. Change screens. 2 speed. Hits on a... With 2 accuracy, hits on a 3. So that's 2 hits. White only has 4 health. We're rolling for sharp first, which is a 4, so I just need a 2. That is a 3. That is 1 damage. Second hit, rolling sharp. 3, so I need a 3 to wound. That's a 10. That is indeed greater than a 3. Now, Quadradept, I'm going to use my movement to attack. Dense Bone Arrows again, hitting on 3s. That is 2 hits. We have Sharp first. Oh, that's off screen. Sharp is a 5. I just need a 2. That's a 6. Successful. And then Sharp again. 3. I need a 3. Oh, that one will miss. So, we did a net 1 damage. I'm going to spend 2 survival to surge. And we're going to attack the same one again. Wow. Okay, 2 2s are in fact a miss, so I'm going to have to Spend another 2 to dash and use Quadradet. 2 hits. Rolling sharp first. Is that on screen? Full table. I don't know how readable that is. There is an 8 here. I promise that's an 8. I don't think that's going to go into focus as I get closer. Anyways, with an 8, that brings me to wounding on a 2. And I succeed. So the White Forge Priest is no more. This will give me 3 survival. Oops. 1, 2, 3. Alright. That's expending all the attacks that Devereaux could have done, so we're back to monster turn. Okay. Pariah first. Lashing Curses. Oh, this is a spooky one. Oh. Start of turn effects. We remove a bleed on Yannicka with Bloodskin, and I spawn another Spiderling, as close to survivors as can be. So, Lashing Curses. The monster unleashes a tirade of gruesome promises and vile obscenities. Each target rolls 1d10 and adds a number of their own negative attribute tokens to their result. No one has any, fortunately. On a 10+, the stew of rage and fear superheats the body, releasing acrid sweat from every pores. They suffer damage equal to their insanity to each hit location, then set their insanity to 0. Ugh. We're going to start left to right. We're going to start with Devereaux first. That is a 4. That's fine. Then it is Lortel. A 2 is fine. And then Yannicka last is a 7. So we are okay. Second attack, Sudden Inversion. Survivor with the highest invasion in range is Yannicka. However, we're at a bit of an impasse here because his movement will actually cause his shortest path of movement will actually collide with 2 of our survivors. We're gonna have to spend some dash here. Yeah, no way around it. Okay, Yannick's gonna spend 2 to dash. She's going to move back 2 here. 1, 2. That should get her out of reach. She's down to 2 survival, so it's not a lot to work with. Devereaux's also dashing to get out of the way. He's going to... We're just going to throw him back there. It's not super significant. Now, he's going to do his actual movement. And move adjacent to Lortel. Now, this attack is keen. Oh boy. 4 speed, no, 5 speed. Don't have a charge on Poison Partisan either to like spike his accuracy. So, this hits on 3s. That's certainly a lot of hits. So this is our first attack, so I'm going to gain 1 armor. I can roll... Let me just check these effects. The Keeney is on hit, so that's per hit. Yeah, there's no limitations on that. Holy Sword Whip, when you are attacked, so that's once per attack. Okay. Oh, so I guess once per hit specifies I should be rolling it after, or the implication is like dodge, where I should be rolling it after the hit location dice are rolled. So I guess I'll start doing that. Okay, so the lowest roll here is a 7, so I'm going to roll Whip against the 7. Oh, that succeeds. I rolled an 8, so this turns into an armor. That still leaves 3 hits left. Torso, torso, foot. So, I'm going to try and roll Bikini against one of the torsos. That fails. So, how much damage is coming out? This has positive evasion added to damage, so 2 to 5 to 9 damage per hit. This is against Lortel. So, Lortel has a decent bit of armor, actually, so we are able to take that, but we're going to spend 1 survival, spend 1 strength to dodge one of the torsos. And then we eat 9 damage. That's rough. 18 damage in a single hit is nonsense. That is all of Pariah's actions. Ugh. Tablet, please. Okay. That's all for Pariah himself, but now we have the minions doing stuff. So who we got? Pariah occupies this piton, so that's 1 less space for enemies to be able to hit Lortel from. So we'll start with the easy ones. I believe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the closest piton. Yellow is still here in the La La Land doing his thing. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. These spiderlings can target, so they're just gonna kind of try and get closer to Lortel. And then the things in range are 2 spiderlings and 1 forge priest, but this purple forge priest has negative accuracy from when we hit him earlier. So, we'll start with the spiderlings. Now, this is not the first time Lortel is getting attacked this turn, so we don't gain any armor, but that doesn't mean I can't negate hits with Holy Sword Whip and Bikini. Oh, man. So, 4 accuracy, hits on an 8. So that's 1 hit. I can roll Bikini against that. I need a 7 or greater. No. So I take 2 damage to the hands. Second spiderling. That is all misses. And now for the Forge Priest at -2 accuracy. So that means it hits, it's 4 speed, hits on an 8. Oh, yikes. That is 2 hits. We'll roll hit location. Or, sorry. We're going to roll Whip against the 8 first, so I need a 9 or higher. No. Head and torso. How much armor do we have? Lortel. So, head and torso. If possible, we want to avoid the torso. So, I'm going to roll Bikini against the torso. It fails. So, we are going to take, what is this, 5 damage each hit? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. Light and heavy wounds. So we've got a bash now. We've got a second bash from the Forge Priest itself. And we've got knockback and collision. So that would be another bash. So we're rolling Scramble 3 times. I'm just going to roll all of them together. We have +2 on this because of the Holy Sword Whip. 3 is going to be damage. So I gain +2 insanity from the 7 and the 5. 3 is going to be 4 damage to the hands, which fortunately still has armor, so we don't have to go into a scramble loop. So, that is the Forge Priest done. So that means all the minions are now complete. Now we go to Survivors. So, what do we start with? Let's start with Lortel. She doesn't have enough strength tokens to do a... No, actually, I take that back. Let's start with Yannicka. I am going to carefully 1, 2, 3, 4 move her into the blind spot. And while in the blind spot, she is going to swing. And she's going to hopefully actually hit this time. So this is 1 speed, and it hits on a 6. This is ridiculous. Okay. Well, after she attacks, she does not have enough survival to both stay in place and surge, so I will let her swing to 1, 2, 3, 4 to that Piton. This is the closest Piton over here, but Pariah is standing on all valid spots around it. Well, he's taking up half of them, the Spiderling's the another, and then Yannicka's on the last valid spot. So, we swing to the next closest one. Yeah, Lortel is just going to attack one of the Spiderlings adjacent to her. Or diagonal, so that we don't have to move one of the ones already adjacent to her. So, Lortel is going to try and charge up her spear. We have... What do we have? Let me reset this. I did Yannicka's turn. Sung is dead. So Lortel's turn has the spear with 3 speed. And it hits on a 4. That is 2 hits. This 3 does not hit. So, with 2 hits, we are going to wound on a 9 plus 3 is 12. We wound on 8s. So I need an 8. There we go. So, that is another Spiderling dead. And a charge for our Poison Partisan. Yeah, that's all she can do. She's pretty surrounded, so not much else. Devereaux is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 range away from the Teal Forge Priest. So, we are going to have him start slinging arrows at that one. I don't want to kill the Purple Forge Priest just because he has reduced accuracy, so he has... Actually, wait a minute. Maybe I do kill Purple because he is... Am I still on the... Yeah. So, if I kill this guy, this Spiderling can take its place, and this Spiderling is close enough to take that spot. So I can have her surrounded by Spiderlings, which aren't too threatening. He's at -2 accuracy, which is great since he only hit on 8s. However, he still hits like a freaking truck. So I think we just kill Purple. So, Devereaux has... We dashed this turn, so we cannot dash again. But that means he still has Surge. So, we're going to start with regular action. 2 speed hits on a 3. That's 2 hits. Rolling speed, or sharp, is a 1. That brings me up to an 11, so I need a 5 to wound. There we go. Sharp on second hit is a 5, so I just need a 2. There we go. So 2 wounds in our first hit. We're going to spend movement now for our second attack with Quadradept. So 2 speed hitting on 3s. Those are both hits. Sharp is a 2, so we wound on a 4. No, that one fails. Sharp is a 4, so we wound on a 2. That one's a wound. Oops. So we are down to 1 health. We're going to spend 2 survival on Surge. 2 speed hitting on 3s is 2 hits. We only need 1 wound though. Sharp is going to be 1, so I wound on a 5. A 10. A devastating strike to the Purple Forge Priest, removing it from the board. So now we have 2 Forge Priests left. One is the teal one. Oh, did I not have Devereaux's screen up? Oh, that's okay. So we have the teal Forge Priest, which is actively aggroed onto Lortel, so it shouldn't be targeting anything, and we have the yellow one over here kind of just doing its own thing in the corner. So we are in a good spot now, at least in regards to placement of Forge Priests. I gained 3 survival from killing a Forge Priest. That is the end of the valid player actions, so we are back at Pariah. So, first turn. Whipping Sway. Random survivor in range. All survivors are in range. Oh, we're gonna... Oh, well, I guess that didn't matter because it shows the same thing. Devereaux would have whipped over to the closest Piton after the first attack, which would be, I believe, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to choose this one. He would have been whipped over there after the first attack. However, this is still a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Still in range of the Purple Forge Priest. So there's no impact to what would have occurred. It just changes where he ends up after the attack is done. I chose a good time to come back. Forge Priest is dead. Yeah, it's a good time to come back. We've taken out 2 Forge Priests. One of them is basically in a spot where it's always targeting Lortel, but can never actually reach her because of the spiderlings. And the other one's kind of just chilling. But anyways, back to this. Whipping Sway. Random survivor in range. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This has a synchronic attack. So we roll for target first. 10. We're going to reroll. 6. It means it's targeting Yannicka over here. So we're going to move him to there. And luckily, because of the positioning of this, he actually cannot hit any other survivors. Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, she's out of range. Devereaux's out of range because he's in front. So this is only going to be hitting Yannicka. This is going to be 4 speed, and it hits on a 3. Does she have a bleed token at start round? This is start round. I need to put another spidering down. Yeah. Okay. 4 speed hits on a 3 because Hollow's Light removes the evasion that Yannicka would have had. So, this is a miss. However, 3, 6, and 6 are all hits. After damage effects, there's going to be a bleed, there's going to be a somatic static, and there's going to be a bash. So that's good. We get some more frenzy on Lortel. Hit locations. I do have the ability to dodge, so that'll reduce this by a little bit. 2 to the head, 1 to the torso. I think I will dodge one of the ones to the head. And then I will take 5 damage each at both the... Well, actually, head is 5 damage. The body is a severe injury. However, Hollow's Light lets me ignore the severe injury. So we're okay. That said, we are now going to gain a bleed. So let's get some strength tokens and some speed tokens. We gained a bleed. We suffer bash. We gain somatic static. So let me put somatic static down. And I need to roll Scramble for the Bash. This is at +2 because she has Free Climber. A 2 means I have to roll for 4 damage at the hands, which is going to start a chain of nastiness. So that is a severe injury. Let's start with that first before I do the second knockdown. Arms. A 9. This is actually a +2 because I have Tough and Tough. Are these mays or musts? They're musts. 10. The blow sends you sprawling and you are knocked down. Damn it. So we're rolling Bash twice now. Okay. Scramble twice. 4 is good. That's a Insanity. And then that is a... Can I see that? No, it's covered by the pole here. Okay. Well. 6. Okay. Doesn't matter. I got the same number. So an 8 is Insanity. Wait, who am I giving this to? This is the wrong person. Oh, shit. What's going on? Lortel? Did I... Yeah, I put... I think there's 2 there. They're supposed to be over here. 1, 2, 3, 4. What the hell happened? Okay. So I rolled a severe injury I wasn't supposed to. Yeah, I did apply the head wound there. I don't know how that happened. Okay, well. So there's no severe injury, so there's no priority target token. That's weird. Sorry about that. Yeah, I don't know how I got swiped over to blue. Okay, so that is Swipping Way done. Or Whipping Sway. That is his first attack, and then we get a second attack, which is not Fellow Traveler. Grasping Hunger. Survivor with most tokens in range is going to be Lortel, because she has all those tokens from Frenzying. So he's going to move all the way back there. So, Lortel is going to be the victim of a synchronic attack that does not hit anyone else. That's also great. No, wait. It's 1 space behind him. 1, 2, is it? No, it's 3 to the sides. 1, 2, 3. That will hit Lortel. Or Yannicka. Yeah, I don't want her taking any necessary damage. So she's going to spend the last of her survival and the strength token to dash out of the way of that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So she's out of the way. And now we go back to... Lortel for the actual attack. So, this is at 4 speed, 3 accuracy base. However, she has 4 evasion, so it hits on a 7. Okay, so this is the first attack against her of the turn. So I gain armor on the 1 and 2. What does this do? So getting hit by this isn't the worst thing, but... Do I want to... Okay. So I think what I will do is... I will roll against the 4 with Whip, so I need a 5 or greater. Yep, so that's 3 armor. We're going to gain that now. And then I roll hit location to the head. So I'm going to roll Bikini against that, which is 7 or greater. No. So I'm going to spend a strength token to dodge. Okay. So, that is the end of Pariah's turn. He's failed to do any damage to Lortel. So now, we have minions. So, we have... This Forge Priest is going to be chipping away at pitons in the corner. This spot is blocked by Pariah. This spot is open, so I'm going to move this Spiderling in place to block it off. And then the rest of the Spiderlings are going to start closing in to whatever spots they have available, which is not a lot. Forge Priest is targeting Lortel, but he can't get any closer and doesn't have reach, so he wastes his turn, which is fantastic. So I've got 3 Spiderlings surrounding Lortel, and I just roll off for them. So, yeah, this is 3 speed, hits on an 8. We're doing this total 3 times. That is 1 hit. We're going to roll Bikini against the 8. Or sorry, we're going to roll Whip against the 8. That does not exceed an 8. We're going to roll Bikini against it. I should have rolled Bikini first. That 7 would work great. 2 damage to the feet. Well, we can go back to this screen so you can see the damage on the on Scribe. So, second Spiderling. There are no hits here. Look at all that armor that I could have been getting if I didn't know about that rule. Thanks, Lobster. Third Spiderling. That's 2 6s and a 3, so that will also be missing. Okay. So, all the minions are now done. We're back to player turn. I think what I want to do from here is actually, we have a total of 1, 2, 3. We have 4 cards in the AI deck right now. So that means 25% chance of, or actually 50% chance of me drawing Fellow Traveler if I let him play out his turn. So what we're going to do is, I'm going to start with Devereaux. And I think we can hold off on killing Forge Priest because yellow is on the other side of the map and the teal one is in a place where it can't do anything. And Devereaux, very cheekily, can ignore Somatic Static. Or Somatic Empathy, rather. So, we'll start with him. He has not dash, so I have the full arsenal of 4 attacks this turn. So 2 speed, hitting on a, well, let me see. He has 2 evasion, and I have 2 accuracy, so those balance out. So I'm going to be hitting on 5s. And I get 1 hit. I gain a first strike. Oh wait, we have a thing here. First reflex. What's the distance on this? 5? 1, 2, 3, 4. Do I still? I know if you hit other monsters, other survivors, or impassable terrain, it is a collision. But if I hit the board edge from a knockback, is that also collision? I'm going to need a rules check of that in a moment. Anyways, this is a reflex. I have a base 10 strength, and I roll sharp first. That is a 6, so that means I need a 4 to wound. That is also a 6. So, first wound is going to be removing Toss Aside. So, Pariah's going to move towards Devereaux. And is going to kick. I want to say board edge, no. Knockback 5 in the indicated direction. I get Somatic Static, which doesn't matter, and I gain 5 damage to the hands. That's the end of that. So we are now at a 33% chance of drawing Fellow Traveler. That's what it was. So rolling for our second attack with movement and quadradept, hitting on 5s is a miss. So that was an attack. I don't want to spend survival to stay in place, so that's going to just send me back to the Piton after I got knocked back. Back to Devereaux. We're going to spend 2 survival to surge for 2 hits. These are both inverted reactions. Which one is the more problematic one? They are both very bad. Okay. So, one of them requires me to prevail, which will burn through all of my survival. The other one will knock me down and destroy the Piton. So, we're going to do the reflex that destroys the Piton, knocks me down, and ends the attack because I don't want to lose 11 survival to prevail. So, rolling to wound. We start at 10. We're going to roll sharp first. Is a 4, so we need a 6 to wound. And we fail at 1 short. I don't believe I have anything that helps me with that, right? Arrival, terrain, first hit every round. Actually, wait a minute. Did I get hit? That's not a hit, so I can't ignore it. Yeah, nothing helps me. Okay, so Pariah is going to destroy this Piton that I'm at, which is going to knock me down, so I shall now roll for scramble. 8. That is +1 survival. And that will stand me back up at the next nearest Piton. I believe that was a surge, so we still have dash. So that's 2 survival. This is a new attack. Hitting on 5s. That's 2 hits. We have another first strike with knockback. So, oh, well, knockback would, wait a minute. No, knockback wouldn't be an issue here. That's good. Because the direction it is knocking me back to, it does not have anything for me to collide to, so it's not going to cause a knockdown or anything of that nature. Okay, so first we start with sharp. That is a 3, so that means I need a 7 to wound. That's a 9. We are successful. We have removed brutal kick. So I'm going to address this. Turn to face the attacker. Oh, wait a minute. I'm not going to undo the last one because it's a failure on my part. But he doesn't actually move for these, or this screen. These first strikes where he turns to lash out, he doesn't actually move. He just turns to face the attacker. So that's a big oopsie because I don't think it would have hit me the first time. But I'm just going to leave him here because I don't know where everything was positioned previously to undo that. So, this reflex kick does not hit anything. And we are now at this reflex. Perform basic action targets for the survivor. Who would that be? 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, not you. 1, 2, 3, 4. I am equidistant, or Pariah is equidistant between Lortel and Devereaux, so we're going to throw that at Lortel, of course. But anyways, this is going to be a reflex. We have Sharp first is a 5, so I need another 5 to wound. Is a 6. That is, in fact, a wound. So, 50% chance. Is this our fellow traveler? It is not. So, a little spooky now, because I know fellow traveler is the next card in the deck. We're going to move and attack. Furthest survivor of my choice between the two is going to be Lortel, because she is evasive. Basic action. Oh, this actually has a bash component, I forgot. Basic action. So we're looking at 4 speed. Hits on a 4. You know what? Here's what I'm going to do. We have a... Oh, wait. There and here. So we have a opportunity here. How much speed is Lortel at? She's at 5 speed. So we have a... No, I can't do that. Okay, never mind. What I was going to do is surge, but the movement occurs after the flow action. So he would have moved and attacked before I would have... or the moving and attacking is done together. Anyways, back to his attack. Blue is Lortel. Lortel is going to be receiving 4 speed. Hits on a 7. That is a lot of 10s. She's already been attacked this turn, so the Mage Hood is not in effect. We are going to roll the Holy Whip against an 8, so I need a 9 or higher. That is not a 9 or higher. So that is 3 hits of 6 damage each. Yikes. Did I dodge this turn? Did I dodge this turn? I don't think I did. Gonna spend a survival action, or surge? Surge, strength. To dodge 1. We're gonna remove 1 of the head hit locations. 6 damage to the head. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Waist is going to, or body is going to be a severe injury. So that means she is now the priority target. So we roll severe injury table for the body. Is an 8. Broken rib. Suffer -1 permanent speed. This injury is permanent and can be obtained multiple times. That is a permanent speed reduction. I gain a bleed. Was the bleed I gained from this turn? Yes, it was. Whipping Sway was this prize action this turn, so I don't get another frenzy. Okay, and then we roll Scramble because Pariah will posture and hang from the... You know what? Do I? No, I can't. I don't have enough survival. Okay, so we're gonna suffer bash because everything in facing gets bashed as they try to copy Pariah's posture that would cause us to lose our grip. So this is at +2 because of the whip. Is a 6, which gives me +1 insanity. Okay, so that is this wound done. Now we're gonna take a. We should take... What are we doing? Yeah, let's do Wrath. We're gonna do Wrath first because I have tokens to apply and I don't want to have them get burnt. So, we're rolling 1 speed for Wrath. Ugh. I hope there aren't any comments on Twitch because my tablet has not been doing very well. No, there have not been any new comments. Okay. So we're rolling with Wrath. This is in Prize Blind Spot, so this hits on a 6. Let's get Yenika's attacking. Man, that is a 5. So she's gonna get knocked back to the closest piton, which would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. Okay. She's going back to here. 1, 2, 1, 2. So the good news is she's still not closer to any spiderlings than Lortel is. So Lortel can still be. I can still validly choose Lortel as the target for all the spiderlings. So Yennika's done. We once again miss with Wrath. Lortel has an action. Lortel is going to swing with her charged spear. We have -1 permanent speed, bringing us to a total of 4. Is my stream working? Oh, there we go. Yeah. So 4 speed. I'm hitting on the 2 and 2 cancel. I'm hitting on 6s. That's a bummer. Okay, well I get 1 hit. It's better than nothing. Pariah is at -1 accuracy. But I have expended the poison charge. We draw a hit location. This is an inverted reaction. We do have a fighting art to prevail with here. So, oh, it's on a failure reaction, so it wouldn't even be applicable if I just wound. Which hopefully I should, because I want to get rid of Fellow Traveler. It's not a fun one. So 9 plus 3 brings me to 12. I need an 8 to wound. That is not an 8. Okay. So I have to spend my strength to do that. To prevail. And so we're not knocked down. But that means Pariah is going to be taking his turn and be giving someone Fellow Traveler. I wonder if putting Bloodlust on the Wrath character would be the move in another attempt. Bloodlust on Wrath. When you critical wound with this, archive, and then that'll get past the... It'll give speed tokens, it'll give strength tokens. Maybe. Maybe. It's something to consider for next time. Fellow Traveler, here it is. When this comes into play, designate the survivor with the highest combined attribute modifier total to be the victim. Place this card in front of them. Highest combined attribute modifier total. Yeah. That is... Actually, is it? It's probably Lortel, but I don't know for sure. It is Lortel. Because I believe modifier implies tokens. When the monster is wounded, the victim suffers a random severe injury unless they remove a token from somatic static. When the monster is defeated, the victim dies unless they remove a token from somatic static. When the victim dies, archive this card. Well, this is fantastic because Lortel is only my tank, you know, so... Just having more speed to attempt to crit, yeah. Well, the good news is, technically, that is one less AI card in the deck that I need to wound. But on the other hand, rolling constant severe injuries is not going to be great. So, Sun Inversion is the next attack that Pariah will do. Survivor with highest evasion and range is Lortel. This attack is keen. I need to get rid of this attack. Move and attack target, he's already in range. Is that? Okay. So we're looking at 5 speed. He has -1 accuracy, so this is hitting on 4. But this is gonna hit like a freaking truck. Wow. That's pretty good. So, there are 2 1s and a 2. So that's armor right there. 5 and a 7. Both are hits. I'm gonna roll Bikini against, or not Bikini, sorry. I'm gonna roll Whip against the 5 first. So I need a 6 or greater. No. Roll hit locations, belt, and head. How is armor looking? Waist is great. Head, not so much. So I'm gonna roll. We roll Bikini against the head, so I need a 7 or greater. That is a 6. If there wasn't a dot there to indicate direction, I would have claimed it was 9, but can't do that. So, we're taking, what is this, 9 damage total? 2 plus 3 is 5, 5 plus 4 is 9. 9 damage to the waist will bring me to 5. 9 damage to the head will bring me to 0. So, we're rolling both bash and a severe head injury. So we'll start with Scramble. Is a 7. Well, 5 plus 2. So, that's Insanity. And then, we have Head Severe Trauma, which is lovely. It's only a 40% chance of dying, you know? 7. It's pretty good. Blind. Lose an eye. Suffer -1 permanent accuracy. That's not great. This injury is permanent and can be recorded twice. A survivor with 2 blind severe injuries suffers -4 permanent accuracy and retires at the end of the next showdown or seminal phase. That's not relevant. I do gain a bleed token, which means we get tokens. So there's that, I guess. Okay. So that is the end of Pariah's action. Oh, wait. I gained 3 armor. That wouldn't have been enough armor to prevent my head severe injury, but that still goes to the other locations. So, there we go. I've added that in. Okay, so minions are going to... Did I apply Bloodskin at start of turn? No, I didn't. Bloodskin's been applied. New Spiderling is being added. And then Forge Priest Yellow is going to do his thing. Forge Priest Teal is stuck. The rest of these are also stuck. We got 3 Spiderlings adjacent that are going to attack Yenneker. Or not Yenneker, it's going to attack Lortel. So, we're looking at 3 speed, 8 accuracy. They hit, well, hits on 8s. This is occurring a total of 3 times. That is 1 hit. Let's see if I can bikini that. 7 or greater is a 10. So there are no hits in this first attack. Second attack is 1 hit. Let's see if we can bikini that one. That's also successful. Last hit from the Spiderlings. 1 hit. Can we go 3 for 3? We can. Okay. So minion turn ends without any incident. And we are back to the survivors. So now, what the heck do I do? We're going to start with Lortel. I want to get her to charge up her... Actually, wait a minute. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. We are going to... So ideally, we want to get those accuracy tokens stick. So 1, 2, 3, 4. To move adjacent to Pariah. We are now in range to attack with Wrath. This hits on a 7. I want screen Yannicka. There it is. 7. Her purpose is to just use Red Fist. Oh my goodness. Are we at a point where I just want to, like, see if I Hidden Crimson Jewel this? Sure. She's only here for one thing, so... Let me go ban that person. Okay, so we are using the Hidden Crimson Jewel for that once per game phase reroll. So, I need a 7. Incredible! It's another 5. Okay. Oh, sorry, wrong screen. Wrong button. After missing, Yannicka is going to get whipped back to where she was previously, next to that piton over there. That ends her turn. And we're going to go to Lortel next. I find it really funny. You know, I asked the first time if, you know, how would Bringing Wrath be? Because, you know, I feel like it kind of negates the whole token thing, so it kind of just defeats the purpose of the fight. And I have yet to land a crit with it. Have I even landed a... No, I did land a wound with this fight, but no crits. Very unfortunate. So, Lortel's turn. We are going to... Whoops. We're going to try and charge up her spear again by attacking one of the spiderlings at range 2. Because I don't want to clear up any spots for any Forge Priest to move in. So, she has a total of 5 speed on top of the 1 we have on the spear, bringing us to 6. So, she lost her permanent accuracy. But we still have one from the Scrap Lantern. So now the spear hits on 5s. So this is 6 speed. Hits on a 5. Against a Spiderling. So we've got... That's a miss. That's a miss. But we have 4 hits otherwise. So, off of 4 hits, we have 4 strength. So that brings us to 13. So I need a 7 to wound. And I've got 4 chances to do it. That is our first chance expended. There we go. That is a 10. Whoops. I just bumped the table. Is that going to... No, I think that's fine. I don't think anything got moved, like, where it can't be seen. Yeah. That removes one of these spiderlings. And I have charged up the Partisan Spear. Do I... I think now is a good time to expend it. I'm going to spend the 2 strength. I don't need him to... Oh, but failure reactions could be impactful. We'll wait until next turn. We'll wait until next turn. Devereaux's turn. No, because every time Devereaux wounds, it's going to be a severe injury. Let's do it now. Lortel is going to spend 2 strength tokens to Surge, and we're going to strike at Pariah with 6 speed. We are trying to apply some accuracy down. With that 6 speed, I will be hitting on... What am I hitting on? I lost my accuracy, and he still has 2 evasion. I've got Scrap Lantern. So we hit on 7s at 6 speed. Okay. That is acceptable. We have applied 3 more accuracy tokens to him. He has a -4 accuracy now. So 3 hits. We have an impervious hit location, one inverted hit location and a standard hit location. So, let me read through this and see which is the least. So, one of the failures is going to be a glimpse. The impervious super dense doesn't do anything. The inverted, full move the survivor to an adjacent piton. Or no. If the attacker is not adjacent to a piton, yeah, so that one actually doesn't do anything because I'm adjacent to a piton. Oh man, I'm gonna have to go through all of these then. Okay, so we start with this one first because this one will have no effect. Because I have surged with strength tokens, that leaves me at a total of 11 strength. So I wound on 9s. 8s. No dice. We're gonna leave this one. Well, it actually doesn't matter. I can't crit with her. So, I need a 9. Otherwise, I suffer glimpse. That is a 1. We perform glimpse. Top 4 cards. And gaining +1 understanding. We'll add the understanding now. So, Long Reach Yank. I will spend a Somatic Static for that. That one is very, very bad. 2. Coprolalia Disorder and 1 Evasion token. That sucks, but I will have to take it. Coprolalia? What is Coprolalia? Isn't that something like you're always noisy? Always a threat unless you are knocked down. Okay. Ugh. Okay, that is our second one. Third one is archive your negative attribute tokens and suffer their effects permanently. Honestly, not terrible. Because it means he can't do any shenanigans off of the number of negative tokens we have. That was 3, and this is our 4th and final card. Suffer the Frenzy Brain Trauma, but I don't gain any positive attribute tokens from this. I just realized I haven't been rolling Insanity. I think I've gotten... This is our 4th one. So I'm going to roll 1d5, I think. 1, 4, 5, 10, 11. So that brings us to 18. I don't think it's not really that important, but just in case. Oh, you know why it's important? In case I get that one. No, I think we got rid of the Intimidate action. I don't recall. Okay, so that is her turn. The Partisan Spear is no longer charged. We're back to Pariah. Ugh. Gotta drink more water. Alright. So, Pariah first. At start of new turn means I take away bleed, and Is there bleed to take away? No, Yannicka does not have any bleed. However, there is space for spiderlings up here. Alright, now. Right. Pariah. Sadistic Break. Threat with highest courage in range. All survivors have the same amount of courage, so it's my choice. Ew. Flea brain trauma. What does that do? Knockback equal to movement to the closest board edge. 1d5 insanity. Yeah, it's my choice. I'm gonna hit Yannicka with that. Just because she has the highest chances of surviving any life-ending threats. So, we have... Yeah, 1d10, add understanding. Understanding on her is 3, so I need to roll 3 higher. No! Damn it! I wanted to roll the flea. Okay, so she is now victim to the actual attack itself. So, this is going to be 4 speed with... How many? 4 total accuracy tokens. It hits on a 7. That is 1 hit. So... Do you have any... No, you can't dodge at all. No survival. So that's going to be 5 damage to the waist, which still has armor. Humiliated. The target loses 3 courage. Okay, so that is it for the first attack, and then the second attack from him is a heel kick. Furthest threat in range. Oh, man. It's not hitting Lortel at all this turn? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, Devereaux is well out of range, actually, so it is hitting Lortel. So we're back over here. Place on top of the monster adjacent to the target on top of as many other survivors as possible. Well, good news is there are no other survivors adjacent. And then he attacks. Now, with -4 accuracy and with +3 evasion, that brings him to hitting on 10s, which is very nice. Excuse me, let me adjust the positioning of this. This is a place. However, how do I want to do this? I'm trying to be careful of placement that will cause Lortel to be... Yeah, I think I'll leave. I'll just leave. I'll stick with that. Because I was thinking I could place him here instead, but that would displace this spiderling in a way that I think would cause it to target Yannicka. And I don't think that's worthwhile. So anyways, this is a 4-speed attack. It hits on a 10. Oops. Make sure that card is visible. This is the first time that she's getting attacked this turn, so that means Mage's Hood is in effect. So that is 1 armor. I'm going to roll against the 4 with the whip to get another armor. So I need a 5 or higher. That is in fact higher than a 5, so we get 2 armor. This is not Lortel. This is Lortel. That is 2 armor. And that ends his attack. Where does that leave me? That leaves me with the minions, because Pariah is now done. So, once again, we are going to have this blob do its blob things. 1, 2, yeah, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yellow is going to continue digging away at pitons in the corner. So, it is now player turn. I hope at some point by the end of this, Taste shares whatever strategies he used to get through this, because this is a brutal fight. I feel like there's something I'm doing. Well, I'm figuring out something with the spiderling blobbing now, but even with that, this is a brutal fight. We start with Lortel first. No one gained any bleed, unfortunately. She's going to attack a spiderling at a total of 6 speed. This is hitting on a 5. So we got those are all hits. I could have really used an attack like that on Pariah, but I'll take what we can get. So we now have 6 attempts to kill this spiderling. I'm going to choose one of the ones that are not adjacent because, again, I don't want the Forge Priest filling in spot. We have 2 strength. That brings me to an 11, so I wound on a 9. First attempt. Second attempt. Third attempt. I wounded on a 9? Yeah. Wow, okay. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, that is 6 dice. Okay, so I don't wound. That ends Lortel's turn. Who else could do things? We're gonna move Yannicka in again and just try to attack. 1, 2, 3. We're gonna do the same things last time. It is with Wrath. This is 1 speed, hits on a 7. Oh, that's a 10. Look at that. Look at that. Is this our opportunity? Okay. So, she has 1 strength, so this will wound on a 6. It will crit on an 8. If necessary, I think it is worth using my lifetime reroll on this. So, that is a 4. I shall use my lifetime reroll on this. Well, there's no reaction. She goes back to her little piton shamefully. Can't believe it's not even a wound. Oh my goodness. Okay, and then we've got Devereaux doing his things. I am 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Uh-oh. I'm out of range from here. Yeah, I'm out of range from here. Is it worth using this Dragon Bite Bolt? No, I can't, there's no sharp on there, so there's a really low chance of me wounding. Yeah, I just gotta move closer then. That's annoying. Okay. So we have... I'm gonna be moving 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Means my attacks just got a lot more expensive. Rolling with the Ink Blood Bow, we are going to this is 2 speed, hits on a 5. That is 2 hits. we are getting to a point where I should consider using the Crest Crown because I am well beyond halfway through the deck, the hit location deck. So, there's a failure reaction and there's a reflex. So I'm going to start with the failure first because I am immune to Glimpse with Quadradept. So, I am at a baseline of 10 strength. Def reshuffle, yeah. The trap is certainly not fun to deal with. Where was I going? I'm at 4 strength, that brings me to 10. So, baseline of 10, I roll for sharp first. That's a 10, so I wound on a 2. That is a wound. So the malingering forearm is wounded. I get rid of, whoops, brain damage equal to your bleeding tokens. Now we have the wicked protruding ribs. We start with, we start with sharp, which is a 9. So I wound on a 2. Wow. If ones weren't an automatic failure, that would have been a wound, but they are an automatic failure. If the attacker is adjacent, I'm not adjacent, so this reflex doesn't take effect. So I'm not going to spend survival. That is gonna whip me away 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 back to that piton over there. Yeah, we continue. I don't think I'm gonna spend survival to surge or dash this turn. Because we're gonna see if there's any action cards that move him just one spot closer so that I can like sling 4 attacks at him from where I'm standing. So, we start with Pariah's actions. Beginning of turn, I don't think there's any bleed, but there is a spiraling that goes up. So, I am out of my default one, so I'm just going to toss a magnet up here. Okay, so Pariah first. Whipping Sway. Random survivor in range. Oh. Yeah, this one... I gotta get rid of this one. This one's actually problematic for targeting purposes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 5. So we stay in place over here. He's going to... She needs to be... Yeah, so I can just turn him like that, and that will have the correct location, and it does not hit anyone else. If we're lucky, he stays in this facing so that I can get a blind spot attack on him with Yenica, but we'll see. Okay, so this is 4 speed. She has 3 accuracy, so that brings it to a 6. 4 evasion, or 4 accuracy tokens brings it to a 10. So hits on 10s. There are no 10s. This is the first attack of the round, so that means armor applies. So that's 1 armor. That's 2 armor. Wait a minute, was that 1 always there? Did I roll against the 3 for a whip. The whip does not succeed. So that's 2 armor, and that is the end of that attack. Second attack, prehensile kick, closest threat facing in range. Uh-oh. That is problematic. Do I have a charge on? No, I don't. What are you doing? Suffers grab and somatic static. I'm gonna have to dash here. That brings Devereaux from 10 to 8 survival. The reason I want to dash here is because if he 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, he's in range. Facing, he is the only threat in facing. Well, actually. Yeah, in facing. So, only valid target. That would have him end his turn all the way over here, and Yenica doesn't get a chance to attack. which is all she's good for. So, you know, we're gonna dash and move Devereaux a little bit closer. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. She's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, she'll be in range. Okay. So, I am actually hoping he hits because I need to get hit by grabs such that I don't get targeted by the spider. Well, actually, no, getting targeted by the spiderling is not that bad. It's only 2 damage to hit. So, this is 4 speed. I have 1 accuracy, or sorry, I have 1 evasion, and he has 4 accuracy tokens. That means he hits on an 8. That is 1 hit. How much armor do I have? You know what? I don't really feel like getting... I'll dodge once. So, I will ignore this attack. I don't need the somatic static. Wait, I got a wound earlier. Fellow traveler. I didn't forget. Body hit location. Oh. Well, she still has her lifetime reroll. 10. That is Scramble. 7 is Insanity. Lortel no longer has her lifetime reroll. Okay. So, Pariah's done his turn. We're on to minions. Minions are going to just... Oops. So the only minion that will really do anything is this guy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You cannot reach this turn. This one will actually target Devereaux. And then we have 3 spiderlings attack... Or actually, no, this one can move into place now. 4 spiderlings attacking Lortel, 1 spiderling attacking Devereaux. So 3 speed. This is against Devereaux first. Hits on a 5. That is a lot of hits. This is a 2. So that misses, but the 9 and 10 hit. Torso and head at 2 damage each is... Or no, it's -1 for Spadiculeg. Is not bad at all. Now for Lortel, this may be a little bit worse. 4 attacks. Man, the armor would have been great from that. Second spiderling hits on an 8, so we're going to roll whip first. Nope. And then we roll what is it? Bikini. No. So we're going to take 2 damage at the torso. Okay, spiderling number 3. That is off screen. Wow, I just rolled into a hit for myself. God damn it. Okay, so we're going to whip first. I need a 10. Nope. We're going to bikini. Nope. So that is torso. Final spiderling. Well, that bounced into a 10. Okay, so that's 2 hits. We're going to whip the 9 and fail, and we're going to attempt to bikini the other... Nope. Bikini fails, so 1 torso, 1 foot. That is the end of the minion turn. So we're just gonna start with we're gonna start with our wrath attempt for the turn. So moving, or sorry, no, hold on. We want to shuffle the AI deck. So Devereaux is but I gotta spend both his movement and his action. We're going to Crest Crown, which lets me shuffle the hit location deck. So we start with that. So, just so you can see the difference, this is what was left in the hit location deck. Yeah, Crest Crown first. So we have a total of 4, 8, 9 tokens. 10 wounds would be pretty good, but it's not a guaranteed win. So we'll have to see where we go from there if we were to hypothetically crit. But 10 wounds would also still be a pretty big benefit. So yeah, we'll see. So that is Devro's first action. I have to finish his action or his turn, otherwise I forfeit the movement. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the Beast Hunter Helm. Let me share that. Beast Hunter Helm. I'm going to take an AI card off of the discard pile and place it on top of the basic action. He's not doing basic actions very often, and I think this way it effectively, as long as it doesn't get triggered, it's sort of like Sunwheel from Sunstalker, where it's not counted as a part of his health. So until then, what card do I not want in here? I think I want to get rid of the Sudden Inversion. This is the attack that is keen. And it also has the Somatic Empathy effect of flipping all the attribute tokens to their opposite side. So that's also not great. So Devro has ended his turn. He does not move as a result of inverted because he didn't attack. So now we are going to move Yannicka into the blind spot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oops, wrong character. So, in the blind spot, I hit on a 6. So, 1 attack. She goes back to her piton, hanging her head in shame. What the heck is this? Alright, give me a moment to clear that up. Okay then. So now, we are at Devro has gone. We finished Yannicka's turn and failed another Wrath attempt. That leaves our spear user to try and charge up her spear with the partisans, or with a spiderling. So we're at 6 speed. So 6 speed, hitting on a 7 because hitting on a 5. So we have a total of 6 hits. Very nice. So that is 6 attempts at rolling a. Do I have any? I don't have any strength. So I'm at 11 base. I need to roll a 9. Oh, that's a 10. Okay, so I have successfully killed a spiderling. I'm going to kill one of the ones that are not adjacent so that I can keep the Forge Priest from filtering in. So now she has a charge on the spear. She can't move because she's surrounded. Not that she can move anyway because of the frantic spinning. And that ends player turn. We're back to Pariah. First attack, Whirlwind Pursuit. Uh-oh. Furthest isolated threat in range. First time you are attacked each round. So, not that it applies here because the furthest isolated threat is in fact Yenica, but the Mage's Hood says the first time you are attacked each round, you glow with confidence, add 1 armor to all hit locations for each attack that is a 1. Whirlwind Pursuit. It has a move and attack, and then if no attacks hit, it performs... Well, I guess it would be a separate attack, so it wouldn't count. Yeah. Okay, so I can't even cheese that for armor. That's unfortunate. Anyways, moving on. We are swinging at Yenica. So, this is a 4-speed attack, and this will continue happening until Pariah lands at least 1 hit. So, with any hope, we can land a singular hit and only a singular hit. So at -4 accuracy, this hits on a 7 at 4 speed. And that is exactly what I wanted. A singular 8. So, Yenica is in red, and she has very little armor to eat this attack. So we're taking 6 damage to the waist, which is a knockdown because of the heavy injury. However, I can at least ignore the severe injury from Hollow's Light. So, we roll for Scramble to Survive at +2 because of Free Climber. That's a 3. So I'm going to take 4 additional damage. Yeah, that's not good. 4 damage to the head. That one is going to be... Okay. So I scramble and then I roll severe. Scramble is a 10, so I gain a survival. So that's good. But I need to roll severe injury now. So that means I have a priority target token now on Yenica. Is this my first attack this turn? It is. Shit. That's not going to go good. Head. Let's see what we got. This is at +2 for tough and tough. She gets a concussion, random disorder, and 1 bleeding token. So bleed is great because it means Lortel gets more tokens. So now I need to draw disorder. Disorder is seizures. During the showdown, whenever you suffer damage to your head location, you are knocked down. Not great. Okay, so that ends Whirlwind Pursuit, and Pariah will take a section action that will target Yenica again because she is the priority target. So we remove that token now. Survive with most tokens in range, not relevant. Move and synchronic attack. Is she in the correct spot for that? Yes, she is. Okay, so I don't need to move in. Oh, let me actually show what she's getting hit by. Ecstatic Hysteria. This is going to be 4 speed, and it hits on a 7. Gains damage equal to the number of negative attribute tokens held by the survivor the monster chose as its target. Fortunately, she does not have any negative status tokens, or negative attribute tokens. So, rolling 4 speed, hitting on 7s. That is an excellent roll. 0 hits. So, that is the end of Pariah's turn. However, we still have minions to deal with. So, my laptop keeps going to sleep. This Forge Priest claims yet another Piton. These spiderlings in the ball are not going to do anything. Because none of them are closer to Yenica. They're all equidistant to Yenica and Lortel. So I'm going to just have them pick Lortel for targeting. It's just closest threat, so it is my discretion. I can, however, have this one creep closer. So we're looking at 4 Spiderling attacks against her, 1 Spiderling attack against Devereaux is what the minion turn is going to be. So Devereaux first. This is going to be 3 speed hitting on 5s. That is 1 hit. 1 hit going to torso for 1 damage because of the Spediculeg. It's not worth dodging that. And then we roll for Lortel. This is 4 total attacks with 3 attacks each, or 3 speed each, and she has 3 evasion, so they hit on 7s. That is 2 hits. So, torso and a head. We're gonna roll Bikini. Let's see, how's armor looking? Yeah, not good on either. We want to. Nope. I am getting hit by both. So, that is going to be a severe injury to the body. Seven is Ruptured Spleen. Vicious Body Blow. Skip the next hunt. Gain 2 bleed tokens. I've already gained bleed on someone this turn. Okay. I think that was my first Spiderling attack. Second one. No hits. Third one. What the fuck is that? Okay. All locations have enough armor to withstand this, so I'm gonna try and roll for the head. Bikini. No. Okay. Head, hands, and foot. Final Spiderling. What the hell are these rolls? That is 2 hits. Are you serious? I'm gonna roll Bikini and remove one of them. No, so we're rolling 2 severe injuries on the body. I forgot we have priority target because severe injury. First one, 3. I do not have a lifetime reroll. Is there a surge in here? There is technically a surge in here. So, it is naughty of me to do this retroactively, but I'm going to, because there is a flow on the Spiderling actions, I'm going to spend my 2 strength tokens to surge and remove 2 bleeds via the bandage. So, now I gain the 2 bleeds back after that. So she's not dead yet, but she might die anyways off of this second severe body injury. 8 is a bleed token. So that is bringing her to 5, which is death. Lovely. So, with her dead, given that she was holding back the armies of Spiderlings, I think if I do not crit with Wrath this turn, I think this run is over. So, we start with Yenica. She is already adjacent. Do I have 1, 2, 3, 4? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So 5 movement on a 2x2 is enough to get to the blind spot from the front. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 1 opportunity to roll a 6 or higher for a hit. That's 9. Would you look at that? Impervious. Okay, well. Yeah, there's... I'll roll to see what happens. This is going to be a crit, isn't it? Yeah, there's my 1 crit. Except it's not a... Actually, hold on. Let me read the verbiage on impervious. Okay. Impervious. A type of monster hit location. Impervious hit locations cannot be wounded even with a Lantern 10 wound roll. Wound attempts will never remove AI cards. However, critical effects may still occur. So, it very explicitly states there that yeah, wound attempts will never remove AI cards. I was trying to see if there is some way to cheese the wording of this to like imply that maybe even though the wound itself doesn't occur, I still apply the effects of Wrath for 9 tokens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9. He has 10 cards in his deck. Is there some way I can twist these words to apply the effects? When you critically wound with this, archive all tokens. Well, it's not a... You can't even wound with it, so... Can't be wounded. So even if it's a crit, it's not a critical wound. Or is it? No, the initial effect doesn't occur, so... God damn it. That hurts. Okay. So that means she goes back to her Piton. Oh, she goes to a different Piton? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. No, she can go back to that Piton. I don't have the survival to surge with her. No crit? It's an 8, but it's impervious. So here's what I'm going back and forth about, because I feel like there's maybe a way to twist the verbiage of this in my favor. Impervious states that I cannot wound with it, and wound attempts will never remove AI cards. But the Wrath effect is separate. I don't think it works, but I was just trying to... What's the wording of Wrath? When you critically wound with this, archive all the tokens the monster has and inflict an additional wound for each. So that second part sounds like it is technically bypassing, because what's causing the card removal is the gear, not wounding. But the initial condition is... Yeah, the initial condition is I have to critically wound, which I crit, but it's not actually wounding, so... God damn it. Okay, so then... Oh, Fellow Traveler is archived because Mortel is dead. But that is archiving and not discarding, so it's still out of the deck. Devereaux has a bunch of attacks, I guess. We're just going to have him slinging arrows because there's not much else we can do with him at this point. So, Devereaux is... Oh, there we go. Devereaux is at What am I doing? 2 accuracy against 2 evasion, brings it to base. So 2 hits on a 5. Let me just okay. Wanted to verify that this was in view. That was 1 hit. This is the location I wanted on Wrath. Why is it the next card down? God damn it, that makes me so upset. Okay. We roll sharp. That's a 10. We roll... That's a 9. Well, that's a wound. We remove archiving all your negative attribute tokens and suffering their effect permanently. Fellow Traveler is not in play anymore. Okay, so I'm not spending survival to stay in place, so that's actually going to whip me. I'm now closest to this one, which I'm still close enough to the Piton. That's my closest Piton, so we're okay. I'm still in range. So now I spend movement with Quadradept. This is hits on 5s. 2 8s. That's 2 hits. We've got 2 hit locations, 1 failure, and 1 wound. What is going on here? Failure. He moves 4 spaces away, and I gain somatic static. That one's fine because there's no punishment for that. 4 spaces away will still be in range of my bow. So first we roll sharp. A 4 means I need to roll a 6 to wound. That's a 10. That is a crit. All survivors place a token on somatic static. I think that is my first crit of the game. Whirlwind Pursuit is now gone. Second attack, we roll sharp. 8. I need a 2 to wound. A 9. If he didn't have a luck token, this would be crit, but he does have that luck token, preventing the crit. The pariah clutches his blindfold with 1 pair of hands and vulgarly gestures with others. Your retinal capillaries burst with rage, filling your vitreous humor with red. Roll 1d10. If the result is less than your understanding, gain an accuracy, -1 accuracy token. My understanding is 4, so I need a 4 or higher. That is higher than a 4. There's no effect from the reaction. I get rid of the frenzy brain trauma. Empathy. So that is both my action and movement. We are going to surge first, spending 2 survival. Hitting on 5s. That is another 2 hits. For 2 inverted reactions. Let's see what we got here. One of them is destroying a Piton and knocking down the survivor, and the other one is prevailing. I think I'm going to trigger the one that triggers knockdown because prevailing and losing 5 survival is not great. So we are going to roll sharp first. A 3 means I need a 7. Look at that. Long reach yank. Another good one to get. Another good one to be able to ignore for Quadradept. So this is going to cancel the remainder of the attacks because I'm going to have him move adjacent to this Piton and destroy it. Destroying that Piton is going to cause knockdown to all adjacent survivors. What? Cause knockdown to all adjacent survivors, and I roll scramble with +2 for my Hunter Whip. Oh. Okay. So then, Here's what happens. If Yannicka survives the pursuing... Yeah, a 3 is death. Yeah, so 1 to 3 is death. You can offset it with +2 from whips or climbing gear. You can 5 strength is +1, but getting 5 strength is kind of tough. Quick thinking has each adjacent survivor may spend 1 survival to add +1 to your roll result, but it's a very deliberate thing to try and get people adjacent like that. So here's what we got left. I need Yannicka to survive 2 attacks from Pariah, and whatever remaining attacks from, I assume, probably 2 Spiderlings. And then, if we survive that, I get a single opportunity to crit with Wrath, and I think that crit will... crit? Because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If we survive and manage to crit, I win. Because there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I just counted. I don't know why I'm counting again. There's 6 AI cards left. He has 9 tokens. So we're really playing the dice rolling game here. I believe this is going to be the clutch turnaround that we were waiting for at the end of 6 runs. Ecstatic Hysteria. Was that the correct placement? No, he's 1 over. Over here. So, this is at 4 speed. And we hit on... What's going on? 4 speed, hitting on 7. Yeah. That is a lot of hits. 2 hits. Hand in hand. Ah, man. So, I am going to dodge 1. I have to take the second. I'm going to have to roll Scramble, but I do get to ignore Severe Injury Table for the first time for Hollow's Light. So, Scramble with a 5 brings me up to... I've got Free Climber, so I'm at 7. So that's 1... not survival. Insanity. So the first attack has been survived. Second attack is Whipping Sway. He shall turn... What is unfortunate about this is it is now impossible for me to get to his blind spot. So we're going to have to hit a 7 on Wrath to hit. This is 4 speed. It's on a 7. There are no hits. So we finish this turn with nothing occurring. So what we're going to do from here is 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to start with this one. This one fills in. I don't think... Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2... Oh. Okay, so we are only privy to attacks from 2 Spiderlings. There we go. Okay. So if I survive these, I get an opportunity to maybe kill him. These are 3 speed, and they hit on 4s because I don't have... any evasion. So, let's move over to the screen. That is 3 hits. Damn it. Head, torso, torso at 2 damage each. There's going to be severe wounds on all of them. We'll do our 2 torsos first. I have double tough, so this is at +2. 10 is a knockdown. Oops, that went way off. 4 is 2 bleed tokens. Or sorry, no, that's a gaping chest wound. -1 permanent strength. 1 bleed token. So I've got 1 bash in store for me. And then I need to do a head roll, I believe. This is a +2. 8, concussion, random disorder, and a bleed token. Vestophobia. You cannot wear armor at the body location. If you're wearing armor, it gets discarded. I'm actually not wearing armor at the body location. So, that one does not matter. We have survived the first Spiderling. Now we do the second. Hitting on 4s, that means we have 2 hits against me. At the head and waist, both are going to be severe injuries with +2. So we're going to do head first with a 6, -1 permanent evasion, and a bleed token. And then we have waist, I think I said. This is at +2. 6, destroy genitals, +3 insanity, and... Oh no, there's also a random disorder, and there's a knockdown. So 3 insanity, not that it really matters. Apathetic, you cannot gain survival or use survival. That's fine. So we have a knockdown scramble. It's a 4. It's 4 damage to a random hit location. Torso. I'm rolling severe on torso. 2, bring it to a 4. Dismembered leg, lose a leg. You suffer -2 permanent movement. You can no longer dash. Injury is permanent, can be recorded twice. +1 bleed token. So now we have to roll on Undeathable with Green Charm. So I need a 6 or higher to survive. 9. We have an opportunity. I'm adjacent to Spiderling, so I can't move to... Well, he's at the edge of the board with his back, so I can't blind spot anyway. But I have one opportunity to roll a 7. What's the Eminem quote here? Arms weak, mom spaghetti. Something about cracking under the pressure. Yeah. Well, we go back to Pariah's turn. It's not a guaranteed loss. There is a possibility that I get another turn here, but I think it's unlikely. Threat with highest courage. 1d10 add understanding is... so I am victim to flee brain trauma. Flee means I am knocked down and suffer knockback equal to my movement to the closest board edge. That's just one space over. I gain 1d5 insanity. Whoops. That's 4. There was the last bit. I'm knocked down. Yeah, so I roll scramble. This is at +2. 7, which is another insanity. Okay, so that is his first attack done. He does not perform the active attack because I have fled. Lasting curses. Intimidate all targets. Oh, sorry. I actually stand back up. Actually, is it better to be there? No, I think it's probably better to be here. I stand up adjacent to the piton after being knocked down. Lashing curses. I have 3 understandings, so... Or no, it's negative attribute tokens that are added. So I just need to not roll a 10. Oh. Okay. So, rolling a 10 means that the stew of rage and fear superheats Yannika's body, releasing acrid sweat from every pore. They suffer damage equal to their insanity to each hit location and set their insanity to 0. So, that means I have 1 bash and 5 severe five severe injuries at each location. Well, 1 at each location, a total of 5. So, we'll start with the bash. Is there any point in starting with the bash? Let's start with the severe injuries. That's what will kill us. These are a +2, so head first. Is that on screen? Oh, that's a... Can you see that on the... Yeah. That's a 4, so that's a 6. That's +1 bleed token. I'm capped out of bleed tokens, so I'm going to be rolling Undeathable. I get a -1 evasion permanently. So 6+ means I survive inexplicably. I survive. Next, we have the arms. This is at a +2. 4, so 6 is a -1 accuracy. And another bleed token, so I need to roll Undeathable, so on a 6+. Okay. Next is the body. This is a +2 for tough. 10. This is a knockdown. So I now am at 2 scrambles. Who pinged me? Oh. We're now at the waist. Oh, yeah. It's pretty bad. Waist severe injury. 7. -1 permanent movement. I guess I don't need the board displayed anymore. -1 permanent movement. We gain another bleed token, so we're rolling on Undeathable again. Okay, that is the end of the run. Yeah. Knees weak, mom spaghetti. I wish I remembered the rest of the line. I had 1 opportunity that last turn, but I didn't make it. So, thanks for coming along for the ride. We'll see what goes on next time. I may put a pause on this to work on the level 3 Parasite Queen, or if I don't get a chance to do that, I'll at least be doing the monthly workshop with Bra Mithra. So, yeah, stay tuned for that. Thanks for coming along.